Good morning from Disney's Hollywood Studios. We're here today because there is a brand new snack stand that opened up over by Muppet Vision 3D called Ice Cold Hydraulics. So we're gonna head back there, see what they have on the menu and give a few things a try, and then we might head around and see if there's any rides that we can get on while we're here. Who knows? The world is our palm tree. So let's head inside and see what we can find out. Today is one of those days that I love the weather. It is 69 degrees outside and breezy. Feels so nice out. So here we are, we're headed into Hollywood Studios. Seems like it's gonna be a little bit of a busy day. Not terrible, but there are definitely people around. I wanted to head into Mickey's of Hollywood first because they have been releasing snack themed merch, and I wanted to see if they had any in here. We will find out. I didn't see any snack themed stuff, but I do see this Easter Bunny Mickey for $35. It's Mickey dressed as an Easter Bunny. So we are making our way a little bit deeper into the park. We're headed towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And then we're gonna make a right and head towards Ice Cold Hydraulics down by Muppet Vision 3D. I wanted to see what some of the wait times are. Pretty busy day. Oh, we can meet Olaf in like 20 minutes. But Tower of Terror, 95 minutes. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, 60 minutes. Muppet Vision, a cool 10 minutes. So we've made it down here to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And we're gonna turn left. We're not gonna go this way towards like Indiana Jones and Frozen. We're gonna head this way towards the commissary. It's kind of like a little, almost like it feels like a back alley, but it's not. It is just another spoke off the hub here. So there's a helicopter coming by. Oh, it's like really down here, isn't it? So we are passing by Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Like I said, we're turning left, heading towards the commissary. And this is what I meant where it feels like you're going down a back alley, because it is a little bit of a tighter path, but it is still just like it's not any sort of backstage or anything like that. You are just walking in this direction past the commissary. So as we pass by the commissary, I did want to show you what kind of food they have here. Delicious stuff. Pork carnitas tacos, chicken club sandwich, California burger, Mediterranean salad with chicken, buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich. These sound delicious. It's been forever since I've eaten at ABC commissary. Might have to try it one day. Now you can see we've made it to the end of the row, or the end of the block where the commissary is. We're passing by, this sign says Sci-Fi Dine-In. And we're headed over here to an area called Grand Avenue. There's the Disney Vacation Club booth, and there's Muppet Vision 3D, and this is Grand Avenue. Of course, Baseline Tap House right here on my right. And you can see the building right there, Ice Cold Hydraulics. This was behind walls the last time we were here, and it just recently opened back up, or it just recently opened up. Before it was like a brownie stand, just like a cart. It is 725 Grand Avenue, Ice Cold Hydraulics right there. Cruise on by and rev up your taste buds. It's nice because there's also a little seating area over here with some like old school looking vintage Coca-Cola umbrellas. Let's see what they, oh, and the menu looks kind of vintagey too, doesn't it? We've got some candy painted cinnamon rolls, bouncing mini churros. What are bouncing mini churros? Topped with Coca-Cola and bourbon candied bacon with sriracha aioli and scallions. Okay, well that sounds interesting. Mickey-shaped pretzels, popcorn not served in a regular souvenir bucket, sorry, cotton candy, Mickey premium bar, Mickey ice cream sandwich, frozen lemonade. You can also do with alcoholic Jack Daniels, whiskey with Coke, Bacardi with Coke, Stoli vodka with Coke. You can get Bud Light, Yingling, get some wines there too. And of course, Dasani and Smart Water, and then Coca-Cola frozen slushies, a Minute Maid lemonade frozen slushie, a Fanta Blue raspberry frozen slushie. Interesting. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get these cinnamon rolls and these bouncing churros. And then I think the Mickey pretzel is a typical Mickey pretzel. The building over here, they kind of give a description of the bouncing mini churros. Savory churros topped with Coca-Cola and bourbon candied bacon, sriracha aioli, and scallions. Sounds pretty delicious actually. Candy painted cinnamon rolls are mini cinnamon rolls topped with Coca-Cola infused glaze and toasted nuts. Sounds good as well. We'll have to give it a try. This is something that I feel like isn't really that advertised everywhere, but if you're buying an alcoholic beverage, you can only buy 2 per ID, per valid ID. So here in America, you have to be 21 years old to buy an alcoholic beverage. And so you can walk away with 2 of them as long as you have a valid ID. I feel like this is the first time that I've ever seen Los Angeles listed here in Grand Avenue. So it says Ice Cold Hydraulics, Los Angeles, California. I didn't realize that this was supposed to depict Los Angeles. Doesn't feel like Los Angeles, does it? All right, so unfortunately they did not have the bouncing churros at the moment. They said to check back in like 15-20 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll eat these and I'll go back over and I will get the bouncing churros. What we got was the candy painted cinnamon rolls, and these were $8.99. They look pretty good. There's not a lot of topping on the top though. That's the only issue. And then I also got, I thought maybe it would be like a special Mickey pretzel. It's not, just a typical Mickey pretzel for $7.79, and that's with the cheese. So that'll be good. It'll be nice to have because it's been a while since I've had a Mickey pretzel. Let's give these both a try. And then we will go back and we will get the bouncing churros. So first thing that we're gonna try is the painted cinnamon, candy painted cinnamon rolls. I'll also cut it open so you guys can see the inside of it. Sorry, table's a little shaky. I came upstairs to Pizza Rizzo. There was seating over there, but I feel like it was loud. It is loud over here too, but. So this is the candy painted cinnamon roll. Very cinnamony. It was like a weird, almost like bitterness to the cinnamon. Huh. There really isn't a lot of like other flavor other than cinnamon to this. It's actually quite dry. All right, so let's get another bite of these cinnamon rolls because there's a glaze. The glaze on top is supposed to be Coca-Cola infused glaze. Let's see if I can really try to pinpoint the Coca-Cola flavor in it. In all reality, all I'm really getting is cinnamon. But that could have been the bitterness that I was tasting earlier too. And there's also just like toasted nuts on top. And the glaze is so sparse that there's no way you'd be able to really pick this up. But there is, if you could just get the glaze by itself, it does have kind of a heavy Coca-Cola flavor to it. So if you can imagine just like sugar-fied Coca-Cola, that's what the glaze is on the top. Sticky Coca-Cola. I gotta tell you, this is not my favorite thing. I don't see myself ever ordering this again. I feel like it needs more of the glaze, but then the glaze to me is not very good. I'm not a huge Coca-Cola fan, but it still doesn't taste like you're like, you know, when you drink a Coke, it's like refreshing and it kind of gives you that bite in the back of your throat. This doesn't do that. This is just like Coke flavor. I'm not a fan of this so much. I think that, in my opinion, this needs a regular like cream cheese glaze on it to kind of counteract some of the dryness of the breadiness of the cinnamon roll. Oh, and here is a cross section of the inside of that cinnamon roll. Yeah, just a dry old cinnamon roll. All right, now we're digging into something that I know will probably be good. It does feel a little bit hard. It's okay though. Can't go wrong with a Mickey pretzel, right? I got the cheese too. Just like a plastic cheese. You know that it's not the best when you can like hold it sideways like this. Okay. Tastes like Disney World. The cheese does taste like macaroni and cheese, which I wasn't really expecting, but I mean, it's a Mickey pretzel. You shouldn't expect too much from it, but it will bring you joy because it's shaped like Mickey. I would definitely eat that again just because it's a Mickey pretzel. You know, I knew what I was getting into. Didn't expect anything extravagant. We got what I wanted. I did also want to mention that this was one of the ears that I said was hard. Not really that hard. Nice and chewy, just like you'd want a Mickey pretzel to be. Cheese is really throwing me though. Cheese flavored pasteurized cheese snack. Cheddar. That's what it says on the lid. Cheese flavored pasteurized cheese snack. Cheese flavored cheese. All right, back in line over here at Ice Cold Hydraulics. We're gonna try to get the bouncing mini churros now. We couldn't get them last time because they were out. It's been a bit. Hopefully they have them now. All right, this is what I'm talking about. This looks way, way better than the cinnamon rolls did. So these are churros topped with bourbon and Coca-Cola candied bacon, sriracha aioli, and scallions. It sounds so interesting because you can see the churros are still sweet. Like they still have sugar all over them, but then everything else is such a like bold, savory option. I'm very excited to give this a try. Like I can't wait to like dig in. I'm gonna try the one that has the most bacon and toppings on it and everything. Let's see. Okay, so far, very strange combination. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's savory. There's so many mixed flavors in there. It's wild. You're getting sriracha kind of sort of on the back, outsides of your tongue. You're getting the sweetness down the center of your tongue. You're getting the scallions on the very tip of your tongue out here. This is so interesting. You kind of get a little bit of like a smokiness almost from the bourbon. These are wild. Like I would definitely suggest giving these a try. They might not be your favorite, they might be, but it's such a unique flavor combination that you can't go wrong like with this flavor experience that you're getting. That one had a lot of bacon on it. Really candy bacon too. Not tasting, well, okay. The Coca-Cola, because the bacon is bourbon and Coca-Cola infused, it's not overwhelming with Coke, but it is in there. And it's interesting because the sriracha aioli brings in the spiciness that you're not used to with Coke. And then the cinnamon and the sugar from the churros, this is wild. I love it. And then also like the unique flavor of scallions is just in there. This is ridiculous. I love this just based on its pure uniqueness. I would probably eat it again just because my mouth is going on such a journey. And I suggest you give it a try. Like I said, you might like it, you might not. I'm not like putting my stamp of approval on this saying like, oh, you have to try this, it's so delicious. Putting my stamp of approval saying you have to try it, it's so unique. This has been a fun little flavor. I wish I got these first. Like these far like outdo the cinnamon rolls. And churros are so like crispy and chewy, they're good. Like normal our churros here at Disney World are not like as good as the ones out in California. These are good. These are mini ones too. They're only like this big. You can take it a whole bite. This is great. Well, now that we're all done eating over here, this is the backside of the building that is the ice cold hydraulics. I have to use the bathroom real quick here at Gonzo's Royal Flush. These are the public restrooms, but I love the signage out front. It says these are restrooms that are executive use toilet showroom presented by Gonzo's Royal Flush. So now I do have to say, I really do suggest that you try out those churros, but after I've eaten them now, I really got to get that flavor out of my mouth. It's not like it's a very strong flavor. So it's like after you eat, I don't know, like sour cream and onion potato chips or like barbecue potato chips. You don't want that flavor in your mouth all day long. You want to get it out. Same idea here. It was delicious and unique, but I got to get something else to get this flavor out of my mouth. So I figured that I would just kind of continue my way this way down Grand Avenue. Ice Cold Hydraulics is kind of back and to my left over here. We're gonna head into Galaxy's Edge, see if we can find anything interesting in there. Maybe get a Ronto wrap? I don't know, that's kind of a lot. We'll see what we got back here. It should also be mentioned that before we head into Galaxy's Edge, just off to the right over here, Goofy is meeting in his Hawaiian vacation shirt. And then just this way, through this little tunnel, heading into Galaxy's Edge. By the way, this is a breezeway in here, so the wind kind of acts like a wind tunnel through here. It'll cool you off on a hot day through this little tunnel in here. Also a great place for napping kids. So as we've made it into Galaxy's Edge, this is the Resistance Outpost over here on our left, or better known as the ride, Rise of the Resistance. We are continuing our way into Black Spire Outpost, past this little blue X-Wing that was used in The Mandalorian, heading a little bit further into Galaxy's Edge. We could go this way, and that'll lead us like straight over to Toy Story Land, but I'm gonna head through the market over here. Also, a big group of people over here next to what looks like Mando and Grogu. There he is, he's meeting with the younglings over here. And he was just kind of off to the side before we got into the market. So, right over there, these are the Black Spires that we were seeing. That's why it's called Black Spire Outpost. Over there is Rise of the Resistance. These are the bathrooms here, or they might call them the refreshers if you're talking to a cast member here in the land. And we're heading into the marketplace. I think one of the most interesting things about Galaxy's Edge is nothing's really labeled. Like this is Katsaka's Kettle, and they serve popcorn here, or as they call it, grains. So they have two different kinds of these puffed grains. So this red one is sweet and savory, and then the other flavor is just blue, which is just regular buttered popcorn. Oh man, as we're passing through here, I don't know if I can resist that sweet flavor of this jet engine roasted Ronto. You, sir, are doing a fantastic job of rotating these delicious animals. So it is after 11, so they're not serving breakfast anymore. I can get a Ronto wrap. They also have pork rinds, but I think I'm just gonna get a Ronto wrap because we kind of jonesing for it now that I've talked about it. There it is, my Ronto wrap. It is pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and a tangy slaw on a pita bun, on like a pita bread. I do constitute this as a hot dog, and it was $13.29, and it is delicious. We love a good Ronto wrap. It's also nice to be able to eat on the move, so we're eating it as we're going. And we didn't come out of the market. This is Ronto Roaster right here. And we came out of the market. This is the pathway that I said would lead straight to Toy Story Land. And that's where we are right now. Just walking through. Sometimes, if you're hanging out in this area, you can see stormtroopers up here. Maybe Rey and Chewbacca might be up here. It's a nice little area to get some character interactions in. Also, it's just cool to see the speeders that are just kind of floating here. Right? No wheels underneath them. Just floating. Hanging out. I love it. It's a cool little effect that they have done here. So once we make it to the end of the path down here, you can either turn left and head deeper into Galaxy's Edge, or you can turn right and head to Toy Story Land, and that's where we're headed right now. And just like that, we head from the Galaxy's Edge to Andy's backyard here at Toy Story Land. I don't know if we'll be able to ride anything because even Alien Swirling Saucers is a 50-minute wait. Ooh, that's a big one. Heading further into Toy Story Land, Passing by Woody's Lunchbox, which is also another delicious option for food. But look at this, huge line trying to get in. Yeah, just looking into Toy Story Land here, the crowd level is very large. Also, the end of the lightning lane for Slinky Dog is way back here.
Midway games?
Holy cow. Passing by the entrance to Toy Story Mania, and it looks like it's down, kind of a grouping of people hanging out in front waiting for it to open back up, I think. But we are passing in this direction. I did also want to mention another great lunch option, Roundup Rodeo. It is a little bit more expensive, about the same as a character meal, but there are no characters in it. Still delicious food. So we just kind of continue the path. The Roundup Rodeo barbecue is right there, and we just kind of came this way outside of Toy Story Land, and we're at the backside of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. To the right is Municeburg, just a couple of meet and greets back there, and then to the left is the rest of Hollywood Studios. Well, they have a behind the scenes exhibit from Percy Jackson. I just finished watching that. I'm gonna go in there and have a look. And this is in a building called Walt Disney Presents. So the beginning section of this building is just a full out exhibit on Walt Disney, his life, and his early career. I guess his later career too, because it then transitions into Disneyland, and then after his death with Disney World. So in here, not only do they have Percy Jackson stuff, but they also have stuff from The Little Mermaid. You can also meet The Little Mermaid over here. But I like, this is interesting, because this is Javier Bardem, what he wore, and you can see the mocap, like symbols on it for the computer to track him and add all kinds of other CGI to the outfit. There's also a big display in here for the Wish, which has been sailing for a little while now. So I'm wondering when they're gonna start bringing stuff in for the Treasure, because the Treasure does start sailing in December of this year. This is interesting. So this is all Percy Jackson and the Olympian stuff. You can see here's Percy's armor, a Camp Half-Blood necklace, Annabeth's shield and sword. Here is Dionysus's outfit. What else? Oh, there's Ares, his like outfit. Medusa's outfit. This is cool. We got Annabeth's outfit with her hat, the thing that turns her invisible. We've got Percy's outfit here. I like how they weathered his Converse. And then you've got Grover's outfit too. And you can see he is wearing the shoes. And it's interesting because you can tell there was a lot of CGI that they had to add to them. We got Zeus's outfit over here. Oh, the Riptide sword and the Riptide pen. Oh, that's kind of sad. It's just like a big pen that they put some like gold embellishments on. I thought maybe it was something a little bit more like, you know, I don't know, like exciting than that. Annabeth's dagger, the bolt, the master bolt, right there. Oh, some drachmas. And then this is the Lightning Thief book that the Percy Jackson and the Olympians was based off of. And they also have a Mytho Magic game back there. I do like that in the game, even the Minotaur is wearing underwear. I just had a cast member come up and say, do you know how to tell which ones are originals and which ones have just been which exhibits are original and which exhibits were reproduced for Walt Disney Presents, the area that we're in right now? And he's like, what you do is you look at the bottom, there's a little indicator, like this one says Walt Disney Imagineering Collection. That means that this is an original model for Cinderella Castle. But say if you look at this model of the Tower of the Four Winds, down here, there's not anything on the bottom of the plaque. So that tells me that this is just a reproduction that they made here for Walt Disney Presents. And here's a picture of Walt standing next to the actual Tower of the Four Winds at the 1964 World's Fair. See, like, this is interesting. So like this, motion picture props and costumes and awards from the Walt Disney Archives collection. That's really interesting that you can just come in here and see these things. Like, these are items that are from 1954. So we did come out of Walt Disney Presents here, and we're passing by. Here's the side of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We're heading in this direction because this is the show location for Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which has been closed since the pandemic. And we did get an announcement in December that there will be a new show replacing this called The Little Mermaid, A Musical Journey. There's Chip and Dale hanging out in front of it, which will be opening in the fall of 2024. Chip and Dale at my back. Up these stairs will lead you into the center courtyard area where you can go on to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Or we're gonna head in this direction over to what's called Animation Courtyard. Just Chip and Dale being out and about is kind of one of the reasons that I wanted to just, after we ate at the hydraulic place, to kind of walk around, see what's going on. That's the kind of stuff I like to find. Chip and Dale, you never know what you're gonna see if you're just kind of wandering around the park. So this right here is what they call Animation Courtyard. There's a Disney Junior dance party back here and the Star Wars launch bay. I do like these advertisements for Ahsoka. The Queens, narrated by Angela Bassett. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I'll have to look that up. It looks interesting. Another thing for Percy Jackson back there. There's also a bunch of characters right here. Fancy Nancy, Vampirina, Pluto, and I think maybe, who would be the last one? Doc McStuffins back there. Also, if you have kids that are fans of Disney Junior, like the characters like Fancy Nancy, Vampirina, Mickey and the Roadster Racers, the Disney Junior dance party is like really a fun time for them. This is kind of interesting too, because I don't know that I've seen this stand back here before. NameWorks, your name as a work of art. Dean. Oh, this is fun. Like you can do like your wedding date too. Also, this is an iconic spot to get your photo taken right here in front of these Hollywood Studios arches. You see Animation Courtyard through there. And as I turn, just kind of point some stuff out. This is the Hollywood Brown Derby. This is also where Club 33 is, up on the second level right there for this park. And then we went past the commissary earlier. There's also Star Tours back there, Indiana Jones over there, a couple more restaurants over here, some shopping here, Brown Derby, and then there's another road back here that leads back to the Tower of Terror. And this is where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is. So from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, we're sort of back where we started. We're heading towards the exit. I am gonna peek down towards Tower of Terror, but I am running out of time for the day because I do have another event to try to get to today. So Crossroads of the World is right there at the entrance of the park. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is at our back, and we're turning in this direction to head towards Tower of Terror, just to kind of look at the crowd down here, see if there's anything that we can see down in this direction. But you can see how windy it is today with the palm trees blowing. That has made it so it's been pretty nice for me to be wearing my sweatshirt and long pants all day. It hasn't been too overly hot, and the cloud cover is helping with that as well. Like I said, it is getting pretty busy. Back out here on the main pathway, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway here at the end of the street. Did also want to mention that this particular building right here, this is Keystone Clothiers. They have all Star Wars stuff in there and Her Universe stuff. But we are heading towards the exit. On the way in, we went into Mickey's of Hollywood, which is also Disney and Company. Right there, it's all one big store. But we're gonna head into the store on the left to see if we can find some of that snack-themed merchandise. This is the 5 and 10, or Adrian and Edith's Head to Toe. It's one big, long thing. So there's also like Cover Story and the Dark Room. Yeah, this is the sort of stuff that I was looking for. The Disney Eats collection. You got burgers and drinks and Mickey premium bars, hot dogs. Oh man, they should make a hot dog like this where when you cut it in half, it looks like a Mickey. Disney. Rice Krispie treats, Mickey waffle, pretzels, popcorn, candied apple, Dole Whip, churros, the turkey leg. This is fun. Lollipop down here. There's a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, this. I want this in the parks. Can we have that? These are bookends. Amazing. How much? Oh, they're very heavy. That makes sense for bookends. A little like mustard Mickey down there too. I don't even know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. How much is this? $45. Oh, look at this purse. It's got like popcorn coming out of the top of it. The popcorn is like squishy too. Look at that. I wonder how long that's gonna last. It's fun. How much is it? $35 is what I'm talking about. A pizza Spirit jersey. I love it. Hidden Mickey pepperonis on it. I still never put the price on Spirit jerseys. It drives me wild. Oh, it's $79.99. There's also a pizza-themed Loungefly, $88. And then there is a pizza ear headband from the Disney Eats collection. And these are $40, $39.99. It's fun because I like how melty everything looks. Like it really is just like everything about this line is melting. For $70, they have the Disney Eats Crocs with the little gibbets on it. And then like the burger and the churro and the candied apple, ice cream sandwich, Dole Whip, pizza, popcorn, super fun. This is a fairly large waist pack. Like I would imagine people are gonna wear this across their chest. Like that's the style of the days. For $40. It's fun, but it's very large, it's very big. It's just a regular old shirt with all the snacks. $35. This is interesting, there is a madly mischievous line. Here comes trouble, and you can see all of these different troublesome characters out here to cause trouble. Pain and Panic, Madam Mim, Stitch. I don't remember what their names are. The Hyenas, Cheshire Cat, and Chip and Dale. And there's just like paint everywhere. Look at this, is a garden gnome. It's a chip garden gnome. And then you got Hercules here that's been all kind of graffitied by Pain and Panic. The Cheshire Cat, I don't know what this is. Maybe like a what would you call this thing? It's a trinket jar. Okay, for $30. I like this little Stitch right here. This is by Lewis Whitman. Is that who did all of these? Yeah, Lewis Whitman. He's the one that is putting together this collection. But look at Stitch inside of this thing. I like it. You can't like take this off, I don't think. Yeah, it's attached. But Stitch is inside of this little capsule. He's gotten paint everywhere. It's a bell jar light. Oh, I guess it lights up. And this is $99.99. This is for an Apple Watch. It's a cover. And at first, when I was far away from it, I was like, oh, like an M&M cookie thing. No, it's the Infinity Gauntlet. Whoops. All right, so there you have it. That was our trip out to Hollywood Studios. Our main goal was to try the food at Ice Cold Hydraulics, and it was good. It was interesting, and it was delicious. For the churros, the cinnamon rolls, I would skip past. The Mickey pretzel was a Mickey pretzel. So it is a nice little addition to Hollywood Studios, especially in that area, to grab a quick bite on the go, moving around the park. Maybe you wanted something unique and interesting, definitely try the churros. Also, the Ronto wrap was delicious as always, and it was always fun to like just kind of walk around the park, see what's going on. I did stop and talk with the DVC desk for a little bit to kind of figure out what's happening with the cabins and see what the feeling was about them, see if there was anywhere that we could get a tour of one. Not yet, they told me, but hopefully soon. So I'm gonna be touching back with the people at the DVC desk to see if we can find out any more information about the new cabins out at Fort Wilderness. I love going into Walt Disney Presents and kind of have a look around there. It's always interesting to see what exhibits they have and kind of look at the different displays that they have for the life and times of Walt Disney and the different experiences that he's had throughout his career. Of course, always fantastic to see Chip and Dale and see what they're up to. We're going to have a look at some of the merchandise. But all in all, it was a fantastic day. So with that being said, we are off. We'll see you all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.